President Trump is now picking all of the people that he wants for his cabinet. And frankly, it almost looks like the most intense fantasy football draft that I've ever seen. It's pretty wild to see all the people that he's selecting, and namely who he is selecting as the new border czar of the southern border. Why should you care? Well, you're going to see in this video a compilation of a montage of the previous border czar, Kamala Harris, current sitting vice president of the United States, and how much she completely neglected the role of protecting the United States, the southern border, and what this new individual, former ICE Director Tom Homan, and the role that he is going to play. Now, I'm going to play this reaction for you, or I'm going to do a reaction to this video, this little montage, because the stark difference between the current quote-unquote leadership and the leadership that's being appointed for this role is a startling contrast. As I play this video, I'd love to see what you guys think in the comments down below, so please feel free to do that. And without further ado, let's look at the compilation here to show the differences between what we currently have and what's right around the corner. Check this out.
I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border.
Any guy that old with that look in his eyes and those bags under his eyes, you know, that's the type of guy, like if you're like trying to ask his daughter out on a date, that you do not want to cross that guy. You want to be home on time. If you say you're going to be home at 10 o'clock, you are not home a minute after 9:59 p.m. You will show up on time with deodorant, smelling great, flowers in hand. That's the guy you don't want to cross, just from the looks of it.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
I hear a lot of people say, the talk of a mass deportation is racist. It's threatening to the immigrant community. It's not threatening to the immigrant community. It should be threatening to the illegal immigrant community.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
It is not an emergency.
This dude is cold. But is he wrong? Is that unkind and is that uncompassionate? People might say, well, what about these people who are coming in here looking for a better life? Are you just going to like kick them out of the country? Here's the problem. Can I just share with you a quick problem about allowing a flood of people to come into the country, even if a lot of them have great intentions? When you overwhelm a system that's set in place to screen and make sure that there's no bad actors coming into a country, when you overwhelm that system, even with well-intended people, now all of a sudden you can't screen the people that are coming in with malintent. The people not just from Mexico, but from all these other South American countries, and not just South American countries, all of these African countries, European countries, and Asian countries. There are people literally pouring in to the United States. Millions of people are coming in through the southern border, many of whom are military-aged men. And we just saw in Aurora, Colorado, an entire gang of Venezuelans, illegal immigrant Venezuelans, a gang literally taking over apartment complexes. It blows my mind. And that this is even a conversation. Because what you might think is nice for one group of people is actually at the expense of other people who are law-abiding, tax-paying citizens, and even immigrants who have come in the orderly way, the legal way. So is it cold-hearted? I think it's, unfortunately, for the people that have made those decisions to break the law, it's a reap what you sow situation. But I want to hear what you think in the comments.
We are not facing a crisis.
We have a president of the United States who has created a fiction about a crisis at the border, and he has held up the United States government and its workers around his vanity project called a wall.
To the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggle enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
The idea that he is trying to say that we have people that are trying to invade our country to commit mass crime is a crisis of his own making.
I specialize in transnational criminal organizations. Yeah. That wall ain't gonna stop them. No.
I don't know how she laughs so much, so much in general, but so much at these statements. I'm thankful for how the election turned out, but oh my goodness, I can't believe that this was actually where most of Americans were going to put the future of their hands into this sort of, I mean, she was the leader of protecting the southern border, and she admitted that she had never even been to the border for most of her career as vice president. That's like you being a babysitter and not actually showing up to watch the kids. Crazy.
There's a 600% increase in the sex trafficking of women and children. Border Patrol has arrested more terrorists coming across the border in 1 month than Trump had in 4 years. This is the biggest national security vulnerability this country's ever had. Donald Trump would be the president. I'll be in the middle of running the biggest deportation operation this country's ever seen.
I am not for a wall.
We don't need to build a wall. This is a crisis of his own making.
The president of the United States has a vanity project that he doesn't want to give up.
It's the president's vanity project.
This issue is about a vanity project for this president.
Right. The president's vanity project?
Let me be very clear. I'm not going to vote for a wall under any circumstances. It will not end with a wall. It will not end with a wall.
It will not end with a wall?
No.
All right.
He comes back, I come back, we fix this shit.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. This is exciting for me personally. And the reason why I'm excited is not because I don't care about diversity, and it's not because I don't want immigrants to come into the country. I mean, the reality is that America is a nation of immigrants. But in order to have a functioning society, you need to have law and order. And what's particularly interesting is how much money is being spent on taking care of these illegal immigrants, whether it's Medicare or housing or education or cell phones or whatever. And it's to me, if we continue to go down this path, we will no longer actually have a nation. I'm going to share actually some scripture with you that's going to hopefully shine some light on how we should think about this biblically. This is actually what the Bible says in Acts chapter 17, verse 26. And he has made from one blood every nation of men to dwell on all the face of the earth, and has determined their pre-appointed times and the boundaries of their dwellings. So God is actually pro-nations. God is actually pro-sovereign borders. I don't know if you realize this, but one of the things that we will see as we are marching closer and closer to these end time timelines and the book of Revelations, all the activities and events that we'll see unfold there, is that this is all of the wickedness that we're seeing in the world is actually setting the stage for a one world government. So national borders, gone, disappeared. And that's going to set the stage for the Antichrist to set up shop. You have a one world government, one world religion, one world currency, and a one world ruler. As long as there are national borders, we're not seeing that thing happen. When national borders get eroded, that is when it's really the stage has been set for the Antichrist, the one world ruler, to take dominion over the earth. So if you think that you're on Jesus's team, if you think that you're contending for biblical values by being nice and eroding the borders and allowing any person to come over, whether it's with fentanyl or human trafficking or whatever, you are greatly mistaken. You are actually partnering with the spirit of the Antichrist. You are partnering with a globalist agenda to take over the entire globe. So I'm personally very excited about this because I want to see law and order reestablished in America. It's what you're already seeing happen right now is world leaders from all over the globe are starting to starting to sit back up in their chairs and say, okay, it's time for us to act right. You have the president of China, Xi Jinping, making an announcement saying that he wants to have peace with America, particularly when it comes to commerce and trade. You have Hamas, the international terrorist organization that is they're responsible for the attack on Israel on October 7th. They have come out and said that they want to end this war with Israel. This is all happening days after Trump was elected president in the 2024 election. For a time being, for hopefully the foreseeable future, we're going to have law and order restored in the nation and across the world, and in major ways. To me, it's an absolute win. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And hey, by the way, if you want to help continue this effort to slow the bleeding of righteousness in the United States, yeah, we've won a major battle, thankfully, by the grace of God. It's an absolute act of mercy of God to establish righteousness in the land in the way that he is. But the war is not over. The cultural war, the spiritual war is not over. There's still a lot of people that are partnering with these demonic antichrist spirits, and they're doing it in the world of big business especially, but you don't have to partner with that. You can switch some of the shopping that you do from these big box woke DEI companies that are promoting these demonic agendas, particularly in regards to immorality and lawlessness. You don't have to buy from Walmart and Target and Costco for all of your needs. What if you could switch a lot of your shopping for, cleaning supplies and body wash, deodorant, protein powder, non-perishable consumable items? What if you could stop buying from these big box woke companies and buy made in America? Hello, made in America, manufactured goods, high quality, eco-friendly, extremely affordable, and promoting conservative values. Let me tell you, this is an opportunity for us to not take our foot off the gas with the momentum that we have in flipping culture upside down. And you can make a switch that will make a big difference for your family and for the future of this country. I want you to check out switchwithcap.com, capital K, link in the description in the comments, to schedule a free call with my team to learn how you can make this switch today. And our team would love to pray for you on the call as well. Whatever your prayer needs are, please let our team know. We would love to serve you in that way. Otherwise, God bless you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.